What's up, guys? It's your boy Grizzly in the building.
And Larida.
All right, and we here to have another Roaw day, guys. We're gonna be tackling one of the toughest a topic that I wanted to talk about a very long time
A
ago.
very long time. You've been waiting for this moment. And just like everything, it went away and now it's back in the media. It's back as a topic of discussion. So we get to talk about it.
Yeah, who says opportunity to knock twice?
Knock knock.
The topic for the day, guys, is can a husband rape his wife? Marital rape. This is
Mm,
actually a conversation
it's a
in
topic in
this is
2022.
in the Bahamas, at least. In the Bahamas, at least, because the Bahamas ain't a real place to me, right? So that'll be today's topic. This is what we could be trying to get to the bottom of. So let's get on it.
I've been seeing everything that you've been doing. You've been noticing everything that I've been saying. And I don't need a notebook, cause I got it written in my head. And you don't need a date to caught up. You got a memory like no other. Oh, I promise we'll be alright. No rowing, no number five. All day I've been waiting on a road day. Just say what you've been thinking on a road day. Rowing is not conversation. I had to learn that in my life. We gonna make sure we never go back to that life. 'Cause we took it out.
Hey, we talking it out.
All right. Shout out to my little brother A1 Kels. He
Woo.
over there in Canada doing it big. That's who did our opening song. The song is so fire.
I love it.
I
I
could never
love
get
it.
tired of that song, bro. I could never ever get tired of that song. Guys, we can do a giveaway to the person who could actually sing or tell us the lyrics of our opening
Hmm.
song, guys.
What a challenge. If
What a
you're up for it,
challenge.
let us know. And send it to us via email because you know people is cheap. They'll be right there taking your answer and copy and pasting your what you say so they could try to win. But no, that made no sense.
All right, so the number
Send,
you could
send, send it.
message in is 1242-456-3013.
Or you can email us at rowday@gmail.com.
Yeah, there you go. Well, message on the social handles. Just type in whatever app you want. Just type in Row
Rowday.
Day.
That's us.
ROAW.
Yeah, you
Day.
got it. So we are talking about today. Can a husband rape his wife? And surprisingly, Ken and I, Grizzly and I, don't have that much of a varying difference on this opinion,
Okay.
which is good. We're on one accord. We have an understanding on this. But we know that not all households
How to see
are
him.
the same, and not all households have equaling views. So when you are in a situation where you're not on the same page about something as serious as this, what do you do?
Boy, that's a rough one. Um, I've spoken to many people about this. I think there's a big misconception. Um, we're gonna play a clip. This clip is from our friend. This is somebody that we know in actual life, real life. Uh,
Actual
in real life, this is a clip from Iman, and we have nothing against Iman. Like I said, he's our friend. We like him a lot. He's a good close friend of ours, but uh we differ in views on this topic, right? And I think that there's a misconception. We're gonna play the clip. You're gonna be able to hear the idea. Don't focus on who it's coming from because a lot of people think like this.
He's just
And
the one who has a video
right, he's just a
out.
person who has the video because
expressing it.
I've talked to, like I said, talked to a lot of people and a lot of couples about this, and they have this exact same
You.
viewpoint or ideology,
Hmm.
and it's not necessarily wrong. I disagree with it, but it's not necessarily wrong. Um, I'll let the video speak for itself.
All right, guys.
and designed by God. You cannot take something that was created and leave out the way it was designed to be. That's like buying a phone. The manual say don't put it in water unless it ain't gonna work no more. You throw away the manual, still put the phone in water and expect it to still work. Nah, it don't work that way. And so when it comes to marital rape, I don't think the question should be, is there such thing as marital rape? And I think the question should be, should it ever get there? Let's talk about it for real. Marriage was created by God. So let's talk about the way it was designed to be. You cannot leave that out. So you saying God gave a husband instructions and he gave a wife instructions. He said, husbands, love your wives as Christ loves the church. He said, wives, submit unto your husbands as unto the Lord. It is definitely wrong to force yourself on your wife. It is definitely wrong to take it away from her forcefully. That is wrong. It should never happen. It's not love. If you're going to do that to your wife, it's not love. As Christ said to love your wife. That is not love. I do not condone that. However, should it ever get there? No, it shouldn't. So he's saying, wives, submit unto your husbands as unto the Lord. And the thing is, a lot of people have a problem with this submit word. Okay, let's go a little bit deeper with it. Like, but you stood before God and you gave yourself to that man, not just before God, but lawfully. What do I mean by that? It says, do you take so and so to be your lawfully wedded wife, to have and to hold? So it says, do you take to have and to hold? That means if I'm taking something to have, that means it's mine. That means this belonged to me, and vice versa. So now we stood before God, not just before God, but lawfully. We stood before each other and we gave ourselves to each other. So your body no longer belongs to you, and my body no longer belongs to me. And that's also scripture. They say if we go in 1 Corinthians 7 verse 4 and 5, it says a wife has no power over her own body, neither does the husband. And then in verse 5 it says, don't deprive one another unless agreed on for a limited time. So I say it again, but if you're gonna talk marriage, let's talk about the way it was designed to be. Your body ain't yours. You have no power over your body based on the way God designed it to be. So if a husband wants it and you say no, you are in error. You're going against the way God designed it to be. Now, I'm not saying you can't be tired. I'm not saying you can't be in the mood. That's understandable. You know what I mean? But respectfully, talk to your husband. And he should be understanding. Dude, I tired now. I just worked a 16-hour shift. Or I really ain't in the mood right now, or whatever. Your husband should be understanding. That comes under love. That's cool. However, if not, you are obligated to give yourself to the man. You're obligated. So I don't think the question should be if there's such thing as marital rape or not. I think the question is, but should it ever get there? No, it shouldn't. Your body is not yours. Love your wife as Christ loved the church. Forcing yourself on your wife, taking it by force, that's not love. shouldn't happen that way.
Okay.
Whew.
Uh, that's a lot, but I wanted to encapsulate the whole idea. I didn't want to chop it up, but there's some problems in what he said.
Let's start off with what's right about what he's saying.
Start off with what's right. What he
Yeah,
said. He said, husbands, you should not take your wife by force.
that's correct.
He should have stopped the video right there. Should have stopped the video right there. All right. I can teach you all something about communication. All right. And this is powerful. And if you understand it, you will you will go further in your communication skills. When you say but, you're about to disagree with everything that
Just don't disregard it.
you're about to disregard or 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 disagree. You're about to disagree or disregard everything that you either just heard or that you just said. So if somebody say, I agree with you, but
They don't agree with you.
they don't agree with you. Okay? The next sentence what about to come out their mouth about to go against everything what they either say or what you said.
Mhm.
Okay?
Right.
So there's some good in what he says. And then there's some misconceptions in what he says, right?
Mhm.
And there's taking some things grossly out of context.
Okay.
Okay? That could be very dangerous. Once again, I have nothing against Iman. I love Iman. He's very cool to me. Haitian all day. That's my boy. No, he's bigger patience. Hard. That's my boy. You know what I mean? I ain't going against him.
Yeah. This is not an attack on him.
This is not an attack on
We're
him.
talking about
We're talking
topic.
about the topic and the idea.
Okay.
Okay? All right. What is rape? Okay? A lot of times when this topic comes up, people is say the topic and then go talk about something completely different.
What do you mean?
Something completely different. So he even does this inside his argument. He says the topic is, can husband rape his wife? He answers it and then he goes, oh, but should it ever get there?
That's the new topic.
That's what we should talk about. No, the topic is very clear. Can husband rape his wife? The answer is very clear. Yes, husband can rape his wife. What is rape? Rape is the act of forcefully having or forcefully penetrating somebody, committing a sexual act against their will, or if they are underage and do not have consent to give you
Mm-hmm.
themselves. That's what rape is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Yes, a husband in most scenarios, 99% of the time, he is bigger, stronger, and he is very capable of raping his wife.
Mm-hmm.
And people have. There are husbands that rape their wives. And only in the Bahamas, we even indulge in this silly conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's like saying, and they say that, because we love the person so much, the person can't really commit rape. That's like saying a mother can't kill a child because she love a child.
That's not true.
That's not true. Mothers kill their children.
And they don't get a lighter sentence for it either.
A husband can come home drunk. His wife is not interested in sex. He could hit her, throw her on the bed, and forcefully have sex with her. And there are women that are going through that.
Mm-hmm.
And they wanted to stop. And the police is saying to those people, hey, ain't really nothing we could do. That's your husband. And I understand it's a tricky conversation. How do you prove this?
Right. I think that's where a lot of persons have a discrepancy. They feel like it's going to get abused and women are just going to be falsely accusing men of raping them with anything.
Right. And we talking about husband and wives here.
Husband and wife. Yeah,
Right?
right.
This is a very
Like the woman is going to be upset one day and
just
they're
say
going to
yeah.
have
call the
sex and
police.
she's gonna call the police on him.
Listen to me. This is a very uncommon scenario,
Right.
but it's common enough.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, some
happening.
you have some spiteful people.
I don't exactly know legally what's the correct way to go about it, but I can tell you the start is to raise awareness that it is actually happening.
Happening, yes. It
Okay?
does happen.
So he goes on and he says, your body is not your own. And he quotes a scripture. It's just grossly out of context.
Okay.
Okay?
Let's talk about that because he did bring up the word submission,
Mm-hmm.
and that is a whole other topic in itself, but I just wanted to define what submit means,
Go ahead.
right? So, according to Google, submit means to accept or yield to a superior force or to the authority or will of another person.
Okay.
So, when we talk about submission, a lot of persons have a undertone understanding of it to be control
Mm-hmm.
when it is supposed to be actually voluntary.
Mm-hmm.
When we talk about submission in terms of biblical sense, it is supposed to be voluntary. You don't beat someone into submitting to you. You don't force someone into submitting to you. You yourself make a conscious decision and say, you know what? I'm gonna do. I'm gonna change how I feel about this and follow what this woman saying, this man saying, and go with that.
Okay. Here's why I say that is correct. Everything that she said is correct. I agree with that. Here's why I said this is out of context in a way. He says your body is not your own, right? Guys, this is poetic. Your body is very much your own. Okay? If I am married, if Ladonia goes and jumps off a bridge, I did not die. She died. Okay? That is what happened. I will be hurt. Yes, that is my wife. I will feel like a part of me died. Yes. But I assure you, the only person that splat was her. Okay? Let's be careful when you describing things that are poetic and describing them literal. It becomes a very slippery slope and it becomes kind of difficult too. He says, of course, the scripture does say that husbands should submit to their wives and wives also should submit to their husband.
Correct.
Right? This goes both ways. Now, let's put a question out there. What if your wife come home, right? And she say, hubby, feeling a little freaky today. I'll try something different. I stopped by the sex shop.
Which sex shop?
Stopped by Fixins. In Leah
Shameless plug, Vixen's Lair on Marital Road.
Road. I got this dildo and I won't juice you. The wife won't juice you with a dildo.
In the
And she's
exit?
in the exit. She said, hey, listen, scripture say submit. Your body ain't your own. Your body is not yours. You see? You would be like, hell to the no.
Mm-hmm. You aren't submitting to that.
You ain't submitting to that. Your body is very much your own.
Mm-hmm.
You could say hell to the no. And I know what y'all could say. No, God, no, God wouldn't want that. That's a man and a woman having sex, buddy. Okay?
I'd y'all like to say the marriage bed is
Undefiled.
undefiled.
Okay? This is yours then. But you able to say, no, God wouldn't want that. Right? So now you able to put logic. Right?
Right.
Her body is her own.
Right.
If she don't want to have sex, for whatever reason, she is allowed to do that.
Right.
Bear in mind, this is Ken's belief. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Every action comes with a consequence.
Definitely.
Okay? If you think that you are going to marry a man and you can go months on end
Mm-hmm.
not having sex with him and he is going to be faithful to you and only you, you are delusional and you
Mm-hmm.
need to seek psychiatric help. Okay? It's not going to happen.
Right.
All right? So there's reactions for things. But the answer is not to slap her down and then force yourself on top of her.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? The
Correct.
Bible didn't teach that. The Bible don't
Because
don't look at that. And
if we're using the Bible, I need you to show me where it says that, and because your body is now his, he can do this to you. Because there's no clause B in that, right? No,
no, there's no clause being
I
that.
did not see that
On top
part.
of that, if I am mistaken, that's Paul, right?
Yes, it is Paul.
It's Paul. Paul ain't even married, bro. He's not even married. He's not even married.
So
And y'all
he's
love to say, don't take it my
no,
advice from unmarried people, bro.
married people shouldn't take advice from single people.
Yeah. This is somebody that, see, a good portion of the Bible, for a lot of people who don't know, is called the letters of men,
Yeah.
right? So what would happen was people would be having problems in the church or having problems in their body of faith, and they would write
To
to
them
higher powers
for advice and
for advice and
on
clarity on which way should we go about this
in their situation.
in their situation.
Okay.
These people would then, well, would respond to them in the best way that they know how for that particular situation in that particular time in that particular culture.
Right.
You cannot transpose this 2000 years into the future and just say, yo, that's how that go. That's okay. Because in the Bible, it was common and okay for a 13-year-old girl to marry a 40-year-old man.
Mm-hmm.
We
Try
don't
that now.
we don't do that.
It's against our laws.
It's against our laws and culture.
Right.
We cannot transpose that.
Right.
And it become, and this is why this has to be dealt with this way, is because people are gonna have kids and you wanna teach your children faith and love in Christ and whatever, but you don't want to misguide your daughter and tell your daughter, "Hey, bro, you married that guy. Whatever the guy say, submit to him."
Right.
Because you know what?
Don't want emotional damage.
Let me tell you why. People is guessed wrong.
What you mean?
People is picked the wrong one. You just picked the wrong person. Okay?
To marry?
You just picked the wrong person to
To
marry.
date?
You picked the wrong person. You ain't perfect. The Bible was very clear and letting you know that you wasn't perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And you could pick the wrong one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yeah.
And that person could be all smiles in the beginning and whatever. And that person could be a demon.
Definitely. And you find that out later.
And you find that out later. And now you feel pressured that your daddy then tell you, hey, listen, submit yourself.
Yeah.
I with your mommy, and I've been with your mommy for X amount of years.
Yeah.
And this how this go. We following the Bible, and this what the Bible say. You married a man, submit yourself. You
Yeah.
out of pocket.
You know what I wanted to say about even the whole submission thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
It tells us to submit as we submit to Christ.
Mm-hmm.
And submission is a process. I don't care what nobody says.
It is.
Submission is a process. It's not a one and done thing. It is constantly a renewal, basically.
Constantly
Because
realizing yourself. Looking at
I, for
yourself.
one, as a Christian, can say that I don't submit to Christ all the time. And I know they're all going to be like, oh, gasp, hold and clutch your pearls.
Mm-hmm.
But it's true. Because if I did, then I would not fall and walk out of alignment as we all do. So if you're submitting to Christ, then how you get sinning, how you get out of alignment? You're not. There are parts where you don't submit, and then there's a consequence for that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm saying that to say that it's an ongoing thing. And when you first become a believer, it's difficult. It's hard as rocks to submit and change how you were. It's the same thing in marriage.
Hmm.
You went up there in your beautiful white dress, and he was all decorated and he tucks in. And I see now they like to do the little loafers with the ankle showing now.
That's a good, boy. It's look good. On
You
skinny
know,
people,
you
little
had
fat
all your
people stop doing that.
bridesmaids, your beautiful flowers, and you had a great time. You really think that one day now you are a submission expert? No,
No.
it's going to take you some time to learn and to become fluent in being submissive. And I really feel like people don't think about that. They don't think that submission is not a one and done thing. You have to intentionally get yourself and grow yourself to this part, to this point.
I also want to say, guys, who the shoe fits, wear it. Okay? If you don't have a problem with sex in your marriage at all, you guys, you don't have to now force someone else who having that problem to do what you used to.
That's it. Because that was the topic as well, if I remember correctly. They were basing it off of healthy marriages. And I'm like, if a person has a healthy marriage, this would not be
An issue.
an issue. So obviously we're not talking about healthy marriages. We're talking about dysfunctional marriages. We're talking about marriages that are struggling. We're talking about marriages that are in some deep stuff.
And I want to put this out there. See, I'm not saying to change a law for the small for what would seem like a small group of people, but something has to be done for these people.
Right, to
So,
protect them.
so for example, you have the abortion thing, the pro life, and all of this,
Oh, gee, that's
and
another
whatever's
topic.
the case, right? And whenever you ask these people, like whenever they ask a person a question about abortion or something like that, right? They always just find the worst case scenario. What if my 12-year-old daughter was raped by a man and then she has a virus? Am I expected to tell my daughter that she has to carry her rapist seed? It's be like, no. But we also don't want to create a society where people just like, you know something? Bro, I ain't really feeling you. 7 months in, we killing this baby.
Mm.
Because I hormonal right now and
That's another area of spite that I don't think people consider.
right? So I'm not saying that, but I'm still saying at the same point in time, these people have a there's a group of people. I don't want to know they. I don't want to say if they it's a large group of people or a small group of people, but there's a group of people that are going through this.
Mm-hmm.
That this is happening to. They have a voice. We need to hear it, and we need to together as a group think of a solution to help them.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Correct.
They're being abused. Some of them are suffering in silence and whatever. Another thing that I want to say is what has happened, why people is feel this way, is people is describe something completely different. People is say, no, 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 no. Submit yourself to your husband. Um, and they always just use the term like, they come home, the dude come home, the wife tired, and it's like, oh, don't matter how tired you is, you supposed to have a little something in the tank for your husband. Kudos to the women that out there doing that and rocking that. Kudos to the men that out there carrying on like that. You understand? If that ain't you, that ain't you. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Don't allow these people to pressure you into being somebody that you ain't. A lot of women out there have low libido.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of women out there just can't find it in themselves after dealing with the children all day, having to go to work, having to clean up the house, do all of this, to still come out there and perform like the porn star.
And for some women, it's not enjoyable. It's not pleasurable. It's painful. It's uncomfortable, and to just totally disregard those things is highly insensitive.
right? And I get it. It's a man's world, and it's one of the things that men want, men need. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not saying they want, they need. Men need sex,
Mm-hmm.
and whatever that was the case. I think you need to talk with your spouse. You'll need to figure out grounds to meet in the middle.
Communication.
Communication. You'll need to find the grounds to meet in the middle. To tell you the unseen to take her by force. Um, you need to really express to her how you feel. And then sometimes, in very rare cases, guys, you might have to break up and leave.
Yeah.
Okay? If sex is vital to you like air, and this woman want to have sex once a month, don't put yourself through 30 years of hell.
Yeah.
Okay?
Because your emotional state matters too.
You matter, bro.
You matter.
You matter, bro. I don't want you to think I ain't on your side, bro. You matter. I'm thinking about you.
So what other solutions are there other than leaving? Because these are like the extremes. Leaving is an extreme, and rape is an extreme. Like anywhere in the middle that makes sense.
Yeah.
I even think stepping out is extreme.
Yeah, stepping out is extreme. Stepping out is extreme when you made a vow of monogamy.
See now
Okay?
you trying to open up a lot of cans of worms on
Okay, I
this
ain't
show.
trying to open up other cans of worms. Let me explain something to y'all. There are marriages out there, guys, where the woman is not expecting her spouse to be faithful.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And there's also in some countries, in some places in the world, I actually know somebody who I work with who came from a polygamous marriage.
Mm-hmm. Which
Was
is
it?
legal
Which is
where
legal,
they reside.
right? Which is the product of he's the product of a polygamous marriage. So, good guy. I really look up to him. He's a real cool person.
Mm-hmm.
Um, guys, there's stuff in the middle. You could do other stuff. You could do, I don't know,
Apart from like the communicating part, right?
do some
If
oral, something like that.
well, okay. Okay, let's say okay, we
Toys to
communicating.
speed things up. Go to Vixen layer. Speed things up. Sometimes you just need to get one out.
If we're talking about communicating, right? We talk about okay, let's use the whole tired wife scenario. The
Mhm.
wife is tired. She communicates that I am tired. I can't do it. I don't have the energy to do it. Try to leave that situation with an expected time for when this is gonna happen. To be
Mhm.
like, okay, babe, I understand you're tired. Um, yeah, you need me to get anything for you. Oh no, I just need to sleep or whatever. Da, 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 da. Okay, when your next off day or when you off,
But
maybe
that's
we
far.
could plan.
Hold on.
I just said the
I'm off
next
on the
off.
weekend. It's a Monday. Chill out, Johnny. I might have to
But
be
I
like,
mean,
yo,
but like so
tomorrow morning. Or, you know what I mean?
planning something where it's like, okay, Wednesday when you get off, I can make sure everything's straight. This that next thing, and we could chill and we, try to set a time frame.
Mhm.
Don't just be like, oh, I tired, and it's like, ain't nothing happening tomorrow, ain't nothing happening next week, ain't nothing happening this month.
Oh, you can learn. You
Like
can
you
learn.
have to communicate and come to a mutual understanding that okay, he wanted today, but I ain't got it in me to give it today. But I should be myself again by Friday or
Wait, listen. You keep saying these 4 days. I can't allow my
you
wife
can't
to.
say tomorrow if you're
Listen,
not
I can't.
tomorrow
I
to be
can't.
set.
Listen, you ain't on
And then
Friday
you
can
don't
be
want to
set.
be the guy to be like, so okay, you died today. What about tomorrow? Because then that sounds really like
Sound
it
insensitive.
sounds very, very
But
intense.
listen,
Like you don't really
we
care about me being tired. You have
okay.
to come with solutions.
All right, we come with solutions, but we living in the real world.
Okay,
Right,
we live in
guys?
the real
We
world. Go
living in the
ahead.
real world.
Go
In
on
the
now.
real world, we are talking about when is the next time or the next available date for us to make this thing happen,
Mm-hmm.
for this to get out. Because this
Right.
ready to come out now.
But
but you tired and that's that. I be an understanding and whatever. Don't make it seem like, oh, I's the bad guy now for suggesting tomorrow because we trying to find a date where this thing could come out. So we going from the nearest date to the furthest date.
Okay.
We're not gonna go from the furthest date
Okay.
until God knows when. You understand what I'm saying, people? Let's just be real.
Okay, but what if the spouse is okay with you getting it out on your own?
That's a dangerous place to be.
I know, because you don't want that to be happening all the time.
Yeah, that's a dangerous place to be. That right there.
But is that an option? Maybe.
That's an option once in a while. Don't make that no habit. I might as well tell that. Don't make that no habit.
Why? What that being a habit could do?
You lessen your value.
You
That you-
lessen their value.
You lessen your value that you add into the person's life.
Come again?
Okay, one of the things that spouses do for each other is spouses have sex. It is one of the defining characteristics that separates being in a spousal friendship from being in a regular friendship,
Okay.
right? Because there are some people you could have a friend that is a girl and you just talk late in the night, or even your guy friends. You all just talk and whatever the case and blah, 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 blah. So one of the things that separates that particular
Friendship.
relationship
Relationship.
is sex.
Okay.
Okay? Now, when you make it a habit of telling the person, go rub one out, man. You could subconsciously, the guy can start to think,
Then why?
why I stuck in this relationship? I
Mhm.
might as well tell you that some people is be inside some relationships that they really don't like, and they just be like, okay, I in it for the children. Oh man, I in it for the children, or I in it for something else, and whatever that was the case, or we have a house together, and we done buy this house, and whatever that was the case. Guys, it's just my opinion. You could disagree with me if you want to. You're entitled to your opinion. Your relationship should be as much as possible about you and that person. Children just grow up and they just leave.
Mhm.
Houses just get old and they just rot.
Mhm.
Make your relationship. If you want to be in a relationship with a person and tell you that, the relationship is about you and them. And
Mhm.
if sex is a deciding, not a deciding factor, but sex is a factor that distinguishes this relationship,
It's worth.
it's
Yeah,
it's
what's the
it's a high value thing, and I hope that y'all having sex with people you all enjoy having sex with. Um, it's a high value thing that you add into this relationship,
Mhm.
and to take away that commodity, that's like somebody having a sugar daddy, and the person. I put my phone on silent. I didn't know all these people. I don't know why they're telling me, Donya messing me. Yeah, it's funny. Anyway, so it's a it's a high value item that you add to this relationship. It's like being a sugar daddy. Imagine if a person had a sugar daddy, and then the sugar daddy be like, I could give you some money sometime, but sometime why you don't go work for your money? You would be like, what the hell, bro? The only reason I messing with your 79-year-old
He was the sugar daddy.
is with the sugar, bro. You don't bring no sugar.
And that's what we have, actually. We have a lot of sugar babies who just want to be splendor babies. They want to be the knockoff. They just want to be companions. They don't want to give no sugar, but they want to take the money.
Yeah, that don't work like that.
Those, I mean,
It might work. Might Splendor Baby might work for somebody. Right? But yeah, and I know too much people do that going for. Not over here in the Bahamas. You gotta go far north. Go Canada or something like that. Go try to be a Splendor Baby.
oh my gosh.
But that's what I'm saying. So certain relationships are based upon certain things. You go to work, you want money. It's the relationship between the employee and the employer.
Yeah,
All of this thing what you have a talking, but you need to take pride in your work. He don't give a damn.
right.
He want a paycheck at the end of the week.
Correct.
so he could go and do the things that he actually like to do.
When you put it in perspective like that, like I don't want to say like contractual agreements, but
Mhm.
very much is a contract.
Hey, listen to me. Guys out there have girlfriends, like girls who's friends, and them girlfriends, they look good. So if you just trying to be a wife who look good, who he looking at, and he can't have sex with you,
Be friends. Stay friends.
stay friends.
Yeah.
Your friends on that nigga for a reason.
Yeah.
That's what I say. But I also want to go back to what we talking about. Uh, back to this clip, this video. He also says something in there that subconsciously, it you have to be careful when you speak words. They don't just speak to the conscious mind. There's some deep stuff, people. Stay with me,
Put on your scuba gears.
okay? You don't just speak to the conscious mind. You also speak to the subconscious mind, and the subconscious mind is control actions.
Yeah.
Okay? There's when somebody go on one of them fitness journeys and you watch them try hard and do all them stuff and they get in shape, it's not just because they consciously want to lose weight. It's something subconsciously in them telling them, bro, I don't want to look like this.
Yeah.
Okay? Your subconscious mind speaks volumes. You have to be careful, right? You do not say, my wife belonged to me. I own her.
Yeah.
We have passed those days. She is not a piece of property. Okay? She is her own woman. She is her own human being. We do not own human beings. Careful when we read these scriptures. Do not take things out of context. Do not take things from a culture that is not in today's world. We do not own human beings. She is her own human being, her own. And this is why most men is take offense. Because most men is say to themselves, I own this woman. How dare she not have sex with me?
Mm-hmm. His ownership.
Subconsciously, the thought is there. Not consciously. Consciously, you say, no, I know she's her own woman. I understand that. But you don't understand where the anger coming from.
Mm.
The anger coming from the subconscious mind. Because the subconscious mind is telling her, bro, you own that.
Mm-hmm.
She defying you. She ain't submitting.
And that's what and it's perpetrated. It's perpetrated a lot at weddings. We see it where the rev would say, "Well, you got papers on her.
Mm-hmm.
She got papers on you,"
Mm-hmm.
and it is almost like an ownership
Yeah.
type of thing,
Bro, they jokes.
possession type of thing. Right?
They jokes.
It is not literal. Like you do not literally own this person. Like
You don't own this person. You don't get to listen to me. When somebody start doing stuff that you cannot deal with, you have to leave.
yeah.
You there's steps in which you could engage a person. We can talk about that in a later podcast. But all right, guys, Grizzly here. P.S. I forgot to say one thing I wanted to address is the idea of the it should never get there, or it should have never gotten there, because this idea implies that I should not have to force myself on my wife because we stood before God and we made a vow to each other, so I should never have to force myself on you. So the woman is wrong in this situation for having to force her husband to commit this act. And that's just not the case, you know? It's still her body and it's still her right. Guys, there's no man. Let me put y'all up on game. All y'all young bachelors out there who out there y'all slamming things and whatever and y'all saying but y'all looking for the right one. Enjoy yourself, but y'all in the best years of your life. Alright? Enjoy yourself. Don't come into no marriage thinking you own a woman, bro. Don't come into no marriage thinking she's your property. Yes, you are the authority head inside the house. I don't want y'all to think inside your don't lottie da's just be running amok. No. Yes, I am the authority head here. However, I don't own her, bro. She's do what she want to do. Lady does do what she want to do. I do what I want to do. She don't want me.
This is it.
You want me wash them dishes all you want. I playing game. Dishes get washed when I ain't ready for them to wash. Okay? You don't want a woman.
And that is the true definition of love.
That's love.
Love is not force. Love is not my arm is bent because you own me. I have to do what you want me to do, even though I don't want to do it. Love is, on the flip hand, I don't want to do this, but I love you enough to do it and to do it with love. Because, listen, something like sex is not the same. You didn't want mashed potatoes and I make mashed potatoes, so you have to eat mashed potatoes. This is not that. This is something very serious. This is somebody's actual body and their will, their spirit. Like, sex goes deeper than just a bus and the feeling. Like, it goes way deeper than that. So it should not be taken lightly and dumbed down to just you need to do it when this person say you need to do it.
Guys, I can put y'all up on
Because
some
that
game.
don't be enjoyable for nobody
I can
to
put
have
y'all.
somebody just doing it because you making them do it or they have to do it and they don't want to do it. You know the difference. Y'all know the difference when they want to do and when they don't want to do it. And you trying to figure out what happened with all of that. And all that screaming and thing, where all of that. Ain't none of that happening because only you, just only for you.
I can put y'all up on game and tell y'all something right now. Grizzly is the type of nigga. It's the type of nigga.
What you gonna say to these people?
It's the type of black man. If I feel any type of like I want to do this, like
Any
or
type of resistance.
I just doing this just to help you out, or I ain't interested, bro.
Yeah, I want it.
I want it. I good. Oh no, man! I mean, like, come and get. I don't want it. You know why? Things that you do to people, they don't forget. They just have it in their head.
Subconscious again.
When you climb on top of a person, you hump them for 40 minutes.
40?
40, you put in a full 40. Right? You bust a full 40.
Jeez.
They wasn't interested in this. They didn't want this. They didn't want that. They see you for that. It's happened with men too. Sometimes women is pressure men into sex. Like, what you mean you ain't into nothing? You know? Because you're a guy, you're supposed to
always be ready.
You're supposed to always be ready. After you had a situation that has happened to you, as a man, and you have to have sex, and you're tired, and you know you're into that A game performance, you just feel the pressure. You just be like, babe, I don't know. Man, that is take away the unfold of the man. Alright? I know y'all go ahead with your 18-year-old self and come and need the corner. I know what he talking about, soldier.
You can learn.
You can learn. In a couple of years. Give yourself some time. You can get there.
Yeah. We just want to show a value of respect. That's what it's all about. Yes. Respect. Respecting the person that you gone before.
God.
God and their parents and all their friends, all your friends, and say that you love this person, you can treat them right, you can be there for them, you could do this, you could do that. You say all these things.
God in the court.
And I know sometimes, like I said, submission is a process. You say all those things, but you didn't really
no, all them things just got happen day one. Day one, and they come home from nothing more and be like, yo, get the kitchen, put this forward, mop the floor, all of them clothes.
The guy, that sweet Prince Charming that you met, he turned into a dragon.
Yeah, you don't know.
You didn't know that was going to happen.
Day one, buddy. Listen, as soon
No.
as y'all come back from the hotel,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. You did
Oh,
not. But
let's
then
mop.
y'all gotta work at it. Y'all gotta work together at it. Not I realize not all marriages need to end badly.
No. Anyway, we talking about. We bring it back. So, because we gone off on a long tangent.
But somebody needed to hear that.
We needed to hear that. We bless your soul tonight. Let's let's wrap this up,
Mhm.
guys. There are men that could rape their wife. Okay, it's not a that's not a thing. You do not own the woman.
Mm-mm.
You do not own the woman. It's from a culture and a time that don't exist anymore.
Mhm.
Okay, you don't own the woman.
Submission is a process.
Submission is a process. Okay, she can submit. She ain't gonna submit on day one. She can submit on day one if you really that nigga.
Mm-hmm.
If you really ain't that nigga, because sometimes these women don't see you as who you think they see you as. Okay? You ain't that nigga. Chill out.
Yeah.
She can learn. She can take some time. He learning. Okay? If you need sex and sex is value is your life. You need to have sex every day. Twice a day if necessary. If that's your life, you need to find a woman who have a really, really high sex drive.
Match that.
Okay? If you know from when you was dating, she used to be cutting up with the thing,
Leave it alone, bro.
leave it alone. Okay?
We hope this
I hope
podcast
this
has been helpful.
hope this clear this up for y'all. And like I say, if the shoe fit, wear it. If it don't fit, you have a good marriage. You don't rape your wife. You don't do this. Guys, we ain't talking about you.
No.
You don't have nothing to worry about. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
You don't have nothing to worry about. But don't expect that you who have a good marriage, don't expect the people who have a bad marriage to do the things that you do. Okay? If she don't want to have sex with him, sometimes it's a reason why she don't want to have sex with him. Okay? There's people who out there who their husband cheating, and then the woman has be like, bro, no, I can keep myself the thing. Be careful as y'all in the religious mindset. Don't go there, keep telling people, oh, you married to them. Go have sex with that. Go have sex with the man. That's your husband. You can not give him some. Go and give him some. You can cause the woman catch a STD.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Use wisdom.
And the woman catch a virus because she gone and sleep with her husband because you say it, or the opposite way around. You tell him, hey, listen, that's your wife, bro. You got to fight for your marriage. And then he go sleep with that woman and she been stepping out and he catch a virus. Listening to y'all in these crazy religious mindsets don't cause problems. Okay? Every marriage is different. Every advice have to be different and it have to fit the scenario.
Mm-hmm.
One shoe don't fit all feet. Okay? Men can rape women. It's been proven. We're not debating this. Husbands are men. Wives are women. Just break these. It's simple, guys. Alright? We love y'all. It's Grizzly out.
Until next time, guys. Bye.
I will always be right here. I don't care if no one else around. I'll hold you down. I'ma always be right here. Yeah, I'ma be right here. Hey, 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 hey. Yeah, I'ma always be right here. Hey, 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 hey. Yeah, I'ma always be right. Yeah, me and you and I. Nobody's perfect, but we align. I swear that what we have is different. You my light in the dark, you the difference. And you're always on point, never missing. I'ma never hold back what